Hello, thank you for joining me for another video beer review. So again, we're heading over to the States and Massachusetts, and it's another can from Trillium Brewing Company, and it's a can of their .av double IPA. Then this is coming in at 8.2% ABV, and I believe it's brewed with Nelson Sauvin hop varietals. We'll go into the commercial description and what it says about it after. So there's a bit of a description there. So yeah, I purchased this a couple of weeks ago. There's quite a few Trillium beers in the UK now. Considering the whole deal with the brewery, etc., price point compared to English price points for double IPAs, it's not all right. They're more, but the gap has definitely narrowed, as I've said before, on the last beer, Summer Street. I don't know if you've seen it. Go and check it out. Anywho, let's crack this open then. So it's, I think, the second actual can review I've had from these guys. I had a few, as I said before, I've had a few beers from these guys. Back when I had a tap takeover at the then independent Beavertown Brewery back in 2017. My good friend Jaco Beer. So do go and check that out. I'll put it all in the same playlist. We'll leave that there for now. So this is a double IPA then, 8.2. Obviously a New England type, I assume. Yeah, double New England, juicy, hazy, whatever you want to call it. It looks the part. Part of the course these days, even with like UK breweries, it's got that look about it. It's very dense looking. There's a one finger, kind of, medium, tightly packed, bubbled head on that one. Dissipated fairly quickly, but looks really dense. It looks a really nice kind of orange kind of denseness to it. So let's swirl and sniff then on this bad boy, see what it's all about. So there we go. Wow, it's quite a sweet kind of melon citrus aroma to it. Wow. As I've said before, and I know it doesn't make sense, you can almost smell the mouthfeel. I don't know for why what that shit's about, but it's just something. It's like an anticipation of what the mouthfeel is going to be from the aroma. It's just me. Yeah, wow. I'm digging the aroma. It's just like there's a slight kind of sweetness thing going on there. It's like an apricot, a slight sweet apricot, wild cut flowers, but a real kind of sweet, kind of juicy tropical fruit note. Which, if it's just Nelson Sauvin hops, that is really kind of like interesting, if you like. But yeah, really nice aroma, very fragrant, very nice. Let's give it a try. Cheers. Okay. It's a very good beer, of course. So initially, bang, like of a lot of their beers, the mouthfeel hits you. The mouthfeel hits you. It's so kind of smooth, creamy, and then it comes into a kind of a nice. There's a citrusy edge, and then it becomes a slightly not dry, but like melon, soothing melon kind of taste, and then you're left with this residual nice kind of just a creamy kind of mouthfeel, tropical fruit notes, but then a dryiness after. There's no way in a million years you'd think this was a double IPA at 8.2. Danger ale again. It's leaving a nice lace in there. I've not swirled it around since earlier. Silky smooth. There's a slight kind of residual, kind of sweet edge of like more of a grapefruit stroke passion fruit blend, if you like, and then it goes into that dryness, melon, maybe a little bit of I wouldn't say earthy, because I know, you know, some of them flavour notes from Nelson Sauvin can be a bit like white grape, if you like, but more refined. Not so much of that kind of like twang dryness that sometimes you can get from that hop. This is much more subtle. It still maintained that kind of fruity ester kind of feel from the front end of the palate. It doesn't drop too far to that dryness like sometimes they can. It's more of a kind of a gradual thing, and it's really kind of residual on the palate, along with that mouthfeel, that nice creaminess from the oats. I assume there's oats in this. We'll get into that in a minute, if it says anything at all. It doesn't actually say anything at all on there, but it is what it is. But overall, it's a very, very nice beer, don't get me wrong. It's just more, I mean, I said this 6 years ago in some of the beers where I thought UK breweries weren't far behind. And now, like 6 years on, I'm trying some of these, you know, absolute wonderful beers. And obviously, in that time, I've had quite a lot of the UK hype breweries, if you like. And I honestly feel that, and I thought it back then, and I don't think anything's changed. They're very, very close. But the thing that seems to set these particular brewery, that and another well-known one with, you know, with a house and a tree, it's the only thing that sets them apart from the UK ones is the mouthfeel. I don't know what they're doing, but it's marginal. Sometimes I have the odd beer from UK breweries and they're on this level. There's not a hell of a lot between the UK breweries and this and House Tree breweries, so you know what I mean. But anywho, it's a real privilege to actually try some of these beers in the UK. All right, they're not going to be like the absolute ultimate kind of freshness, of course, but Christ, we're going to take it. You know, the fact we can get these, and a lot of places and good friends of mine in the States can't. Do you know what I'm saying? So, is there a date on this? So this was canned in May, 17th of May of 2023. So May, June, July, August. So we're roughly just under 4 months at this point in the can, and I don't think it's affected the beer at all. This whole drink fresh business, if you got your canning facilities right and there's no oxidation or anything like that, then for me that's a myth. I do think that's a ploy to get you to drink them quicker, so you go and buy more. That's just me, the cynical me in me, I guess. If it's stored right, no problem at all. And these beers have been air freighted generally into the UK, into selective bottle shops, in fridges, and it doesn't come across like it's been sitting in a warehouse for months and kind of deal, you know, that kind of deal. So did I say deal? Yeah, it might be a deal breaker, but yeah. Overall, let's pull the rest of this in, and we'll get into a little bit of a longer review because, Christ, I don't get to try these beers often, so you're gonna have to listen to me waffle on, I'm afraid. If you're interested, if not, then I appreciate you watching. All that good stuff. So one more. So we'll go into it. So it says here at the beginning of Milton Lower Mills and spanning all the way to the Fort Point channel. Dorchester Avenue dates back to the 1805 with its rich history. It's also a namesake of our Nelson Solvin dry hopped addition to Avenue series. So it's a series, so I didn't even know. Presenting a glowingly deep yellow, Dot Ave offers aromas of layers of depths of nuance. Immediately apparent is the tropical shade of the Nelson variety, with notes of mango, pineapple jumping from the glass. See, I'm a really good reviewer, aren't I? It's not, for me, it's not crazy mango. I am getting a pineapple kind of chunk vibe to it, but mango, it's a little bit more of a kind of, as I say, a sweet kind of sweetness to it, and it's probably the mango type thing. Let's see what else I can embarrass myself on with the notes. As this beer warmed, underlying notes of grape, lemon. I can't even pronounce half these words. It's great, isn't it? And earthy pine make this appearance. I'm getting the grape. I did actually mention that, so that's good. Get in. Pine, I'm not there with that yet. Soft palate coating with a highly drinkable. Don't have finishes with involves throughout each sip. It's kind of what I was saying about, being cold. A lot of these flavours, and it'll probably be after the review, they'll come out, and that's the deal with some of the, a beer changes a hell of a lot, even though we're going like 12 minutes right now. Sorry. The beer will still change. It's a beer I'm going to sip on for a bit. I'm going to enjoy it. Probably 20 minutes, half an hour. And by the last 2 or 3 sips, there'll be a lot more flavour kind of notes that won't be on camera. And that's the way that, the way that rolls. But overall, as it is now, it's been out in the fridge, as I say, about 15 minutes or so. It's delicious. So let me know if you've had this one before. I've not had any of the other series, obviously availability in the UK, etc. But so from Dot Ave, double IPA, from Trillium Brewing Company, that's obviously the avenue that they're on about. Let me know if you've had this one before. I'm going to try and get 1 or 2 more from Trillium as they're around at the moment, certainly in Europe, UK, etc. Okay, they're a bit expensive, but sometimes I'm cutting down on buying beer, but I'd rather get some really good beer. So, and this is one of them breweries where if they're available, I'm going to try and get them. Anywho, thank you for watching. Let me know your thoughts down below if you've had this one, and I'll see you on the next review.